This is Michael with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is February 5th, 2020. We're performing a video sewer inspection, and we are at 20762 Ingomar Street, Winnetka, California. We're going to be running through a 3-inch ABS plastic sewer cleanout just to the right of the front door. We're going to zero out our camera. Zero out our camera right here. Okay. And just going to show the property. This is the front door to the property. There's the address. And this is the hallway area going to the ADU unit, the accessory dwelling unit at the front of the property. Was a garage, I believe, at one time, converted to an accessory dwelling unit. This is the front right side of the house, the patio, or excuse me, the car cover, the carport, and the driveway going out to the street. And this is our ABS plastic sewer line clean out, and we're going to begin running through here now and attempt to get all the way out to the city sewer. So we're going in a 3-inch ABS plastic clean out, and we immediately upsize to a 4-inch ABS plastic sewer line. That's what it appears. Excuse me, it's not ABS plastic, it's actually 4-inch clay. We got a crack in the 4-inch clay right under the driveway right here. As you can see off to the left, it's cracked at about the 6 o'clock area or 7 o'clock area going up toward the 9 o'clock area, and there's actually a little chip piece missing out of it right here. And it's also cracked on the right hand side at about the 3 o'clock area. I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, so we've got some cracks off to the right hand side as well on the clay at about the 3 o'clock area, and then there's like a T crack coming off it going down toward the 5 o'clock area. We don't have any root intrusions in it. It is offset pretty good. You can see we're going to drop down into the line. We actually drop down. You'll see when we come back, we'll come up in the line. It's hard to see the offset at the top, but it's got a pretty significant offset at the top. The whole face of the pipe is offset right there. And that's just right in front of us. We're right in front of the clean out, just a few feet. We're going to continue running out. The next joint, we've got an offset here down at the bottom, but not terrible. I've seen worse. It's kind of dangling a little bit. We're hanging a little bit. We got a little bit of a drop on this line. So now we're running down, going down the line out toward the street. We've got another offset right here, especially from about the 4 o'clock area up to about the 11 o'clock area. You can see the whole face of the pipe on that side, and we got a pretty large separation as well. I'm going to continue pushing through. Next joint, we've got another separation, minor offset, nothing large, but we do have a pretty good separation in that pipe as well. We've got earth movement in the area over the gears, and it will separate, it will offset. And right here we've got an offset, and it's very difficult to tell. It looks like there may be a crack possibly in the pipe from about the 7 o'clock area to the 9 o'clock area where you see the orange line, but it's very difficult to tell. Very difficult to tell for sure. Could be just a chip out of the pipe. The line may have been hydrojetted because there don't see any root intrusions, and clay lines especially that are offset and chipped and cracked, we normally see some root intrusions. That joint appears to be in fair condition. Heading back out toward the street. Yeah, we got some more cracks, pretty good sized cracks right here. Down at the 6 o'clock area, we got a crack going back in the pipe, and then we got two cracks off of that, one going up to the right, and then one going up to the left toward the 11 o'clock area, one going up toward the 3 o'clock area. Got a little bit of root intrusion off to the right. This one we've got a fairly large crack from about the 5:30 area all the way up to about the 12 o'clock area, and then another crack at about the 1 o'clock area coming across. Joints in line, it's not offset or separated badly. Then we got a pretty large break right here. We're going to locate this area. We're going to pause for a moment and locate this area. Okay, we've marked this area out in the driveway. It is on the left-hand side of the driveway. And we got substantial breaks in this joint. You got cracks on both sides of the pipe. You got cracks in numerous areas of the next section of pipe. And you've got root intrusions on both sides. I'm going to continue running out. We marked that area at 4 foot 7 inches deep. Next joint, we have some cracks in the piping, and we got some root intrusion coming through. We got cracks coming off the root intrusion on both sides of the roots. You got some substantial breaks in the next section of piping. You can see on the left hand side over by about the 8 o'clock area where you can see where the crack is actually shifting to a point where if you took something and ran it along the pipe, which should be nice and smooth, you would hit that crack, because the crack is now shifting to where the pipe is not smooth anymore. It's offset. You got some pretty good breaks. You got some pretty good root intrusion in there. Cracks on both sides of the piping. You got numerous cracks in that pipe right in this area. Now we got a major offset here where you can actually see the whole top part of the pipe, but you can't see anything at the bottom. That shifted quite drastically. We're going to make a serious drop down into the pipe now. So that's a major issue. Then we got some root intrusions here on the top of the piping and some significant cracking from what I can see. And that's an inlet, and that might be the inlet from the backyard possibly, or just even a test Y. I can't tell for sure at this point. We're going to go ahead and we're going to just locate this area for a moment. Okay, and this area is just to the left of the driveway, right in the grass area. It's the grass area that is on the house side of the sidewalk. House side of the property, there's like a little pie shaped right there next to the driveway, and that's where it's at 5 foot 6 inches deep. And this area from right here, coming back a little bit, these are ABS plastic pipe and fittings all the way to this point. That's where that one offset is too. Very large offset. It probably has a Fernco band, which is an all rubber band, which has a lot of give in it. And if you don't align it properly, you get very large offsets. But right now it's offset going downward. So it's not offset the other way where it's going to catch debris and paper and such, but it's actually you're dropping into it instead of hitting the face of it. If it was shifted the opposite direction, the opposite way, then it would really pose a problem. This may continue to offset because of the type of band they use. It may offset further in the future and it may not. Okay, we're going to continue now running out. So we're right at the sidewalk area now. So we are now going into the sidewalk area, I believe. We're going to double check this in a minute. I'm sorry, we were back a little ways in the driveway. Now we're right at the sidewalk area and the grass, that little pie-shaped area. And we're transitioning back to vitreous clay. We're dropping in right here. This is our transition going from 4-inch vitreous clay, where it looks like we've got a crack in that fitting. The hub of that fitting's cracked. You can see it real good at the bottom, right at about the 5 o'clock area. 4 o'clock area and 5 o'clock area. There's a good sized crack in that piece. That should be one solid piece right here, and it's not. Now we're dropping down in, and this is the 6-inch. We've got a little bit of root intrusion in the 6-inch vitreous clay off to the left. A little bit of an offset, but not terrible. That's still in a maintainable condition. Next joint is fairly flush. 6-inch vitreous clay, and that looks to be in fair condition. Next joint looks to be in fair condition again. Fairly flush. No major cracks. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint's got a little bit of an offset. Again, we're dropping down into it just a tiny bit, not terrible. Still within maintainable condition. Next joint appears to be in fair condition. Next joint appears to be in fair condition as well. Piping appears to be in fair condition. Next joint, we've got a little bit of an offset again down at the bottom. Again, not terrible. Still within the maintenance area where it should be okay. Now we have an extremely large.
How come every time I walk
So we're going to pause for a moment.